Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the new Mortal Kombat Legends animation movie, Battle of the Realms. Before we get into it, please make sure to hit the like button. And if you like Star Wars, Marvel, Mortal Kombat, DC, any sort of movies, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. We talk about all that here. And before we get into the actual movie, I just want to tell you a little bit of my background with Mortal Kombat. Because I'm not a diehard fan. I only really started to get intrigued about it and interested about 2 years ago when I watched the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. And I love that movie. It like blew me away by how much fun I had with it. Maybe technically like it's not like an actual well-made movie, but you can't deny the amount of fun it has. The 90s feel, everything about it just like it's just so much fun. And it just gets hated on like way too much. After that, I did watch the next one, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I'm not as big of a fan of that one. I actually think it's a bad movie. I don't want to watch that one ever again. But then after that, I did go and watch the walkthroughs for Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat X. And eventually playing... Oh no, actually I played Mortal Kombat X and I played Mortal Kombat 11. Love both those games. Love the gameplay style. Love the, just the fighting mechanics. The characters were all really cool. And that's when I started to get really into Mortal Kombat. Researching the lore, researching the characters, doing all this stuff. So I have actually the Mortal Kombat 1995 movie and Annihilation on Steelbook form. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I have that here. And I have Mortal Kombat 11 2 video game. And then I also... This leads us to the new 2021 movie, Mortal Kombat. Just called Mortal Kombat, right? And my thoughts on this one is that I think it's fun. It has its moments. Has a lot of flaws as well. I saw it twice. I think it just could have been a lot better. I think that's where a lot of my negativity lies. It's just that it could have been better. And but especially fun to be had. If you like that one, please by all means go enjoy it. And I'm excited to see what they do next after that. And I almost forgot to talk about the movie that came out before this, Scorpion's Revenge, which was the first Mortal Kombat Legends animation movie. And it's directed by the same guy that directed Battle of the Realms, the new one we'll be talking about today, Ethan Spalding. Scorpion's Revenge was also another Mortal Kombat movie that blew me away. I really loved it. I thought it was so good, so much fun. If you haven't seen it yet, please go check it out. But Ethan Spalding, he's another director where you might recognize him from other DC animated movies like Batman Assault on Arkham or Son of Batman. Two really good DC movies as well. He also did Throne of Atlantis, which was, I think, good. Another good one. I haven't watched it in a while. But let's just talk about Battle of the Realms. I got the 4K Steelbook here. Really cool looking Steelbook, really clean looking. But let's talk about the movie. The story is about the final Mortal Kombat tournament. We're kind of just starting out with Shao Kahn. He goes to Raiden. And he proposes that we do a final tournament. The tournaments end all tournaments pretty much. Raiden agrees because he kind of like talks to the other Earthrealm heroes and says, in the future, let's not, leave it up to our kids to end this all. Let's finish it right now. So Shao Kahn and Raiden actually go to the Elder Gods and they propose to them, can we do a final tournament? Elder Gods say yes, and our story begins. Now, this is a spoiler-free review. This is just a little synopsis of the story. So as we go with as we're dealing with the whole final tournament, it's your typical Earthrealm versus bad guy sort of tournament, like we've seen before in other, adaptations of this. While this is going on, we actually continue the story from Scorpion's Revenge, where Scorpion now has Chinook's amulet, like, intertwined with his soul. So Scorpion is able to escape out of Netherrealm. I think it's called Netherrealm, right? And, or the Underworld, whatever the Underworld is in Mortal Kombat. I think it's Netherrealm. And he escapes, so we have this whole story where Chinook is chasing after Scorpion to get the amulet so that he can bring all of his things together. Is it amulets? I'm not a diehard fan. But he wants to bring them all together to bring about the one being who is supposedly this one being who is able to destroy all the realms. So we kind of have like these two stories going on. We have Scorpion's side plot where he's dealing with Chinook, and I thought that was really cool, everything going on there. But we're also dealing with all the fun with the Mortal Kombat tournament. I also loved how it was the final tournament, kind of raises the stakes on everything. And it was just really entertaining movie from start to finish. And so what I look for like in a typical Mortal Kombat movie is obviously like the gruesomeness of it, the goriness, the bloodiness of it all. The fatalities, sick fatalities. And this movie brings it. Just like Scorpion's Revenge, we're treated with all these great bloodwork shots. The fatalities are some of the best fatalities I've ever seen in any Mortal Kombat thing. Just some really sick moments. And the whole story is exciting from start to finish pretty much. And the animation is also just as good as Scorpion's Revenge. And I think what this movie solidifies for me is an idea I already had after watching Scorpion's Revenge, is that besides the video game form, I do think animation is the best form of media to tell a Mortal Kombat story. There's so much freedom you can have with the fatalities and just the way the characters look and move, and especially like with like Kung Lao and everything in his hat and Shao Kahn, just all these sick moves that are hard to pull off in live action, and sort of what we look for in our live action because our video game hopes are so high, because we've seen all these sick fatalities and we want to see that in live action. And I think we can with the right director and the right team behind it, but it is hard. So I think animation's easier to do that. And we see it here, like just how cool these fatalities could be and how great of a story you could tell by having someone like Ethan Spalding, behind the camera doing all the work. So I will say that the team behind Warner Brother Animations is doing such a phenomenal job, not only with the Mortal Kombat animation, but with DC animation too. Warner Brothers is kind of like getting a lot of heat now for what they're doing with DC live action films, which is rightfully so with all the Snyder Cut stuff going on. And that's all DC talk we can talk about another day. But the Warner Bros. Animation team is so good. DC animated movies are one of my favorite things to watch. Mortal Kombat movies, I'm now so excited to watch the next ones after this. I would say my only negatives with this movie is that maybe the final fight, like the final Mortal Kombat fight, the tournament fight, is so good. The animation especially looks good there. The fatalities are so sick, and it's really epic. There's so many cool moments in this. The final fight's great. But there's another final fight after the tournament one, and that one, they go really out there. Maybe casual fans like myself might be like a little bit too much, and it does drag a little bit. That's where my only negatives lie. But maybe diehard fans will love this. They'll eat it up. Maybe they'll know more about what's going on. And it's easy to follow. Like, I knew what was happening, but it was also like I've never seen something like that in a Mortal Kombat form. So, I'm interested to look it up now, figure stuff out. But like I said, I'm excited for the next Mortal Kombat movie after this. I thought this one was amazing, and I'm going to give you guys my rating right now. I'm going to give it a 4.1 out of 5. I had a blast from start to finish. Any Mortal Kombat fan, I believe, will love this one. I think so. I've seen a couple of bad reviews for this, and I don't see it. This was so good. I thought it was great. I think it's right up there with Scorpion's Revenge. And so if you guys like this video, appreciate my thoughts. And if you feel the same way, if you plan on checking this movie out now, please make sure to hit the like button and please subscribe. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.